Sorry, y'all. I got this hair in here. It's bothering me. This real life, okay? I don't have no glam squad. I am the glam squad. Speaking of glam, I just started this video. Just so rude. No lip gloss popping. Hold on, y'all. What's up, y'all? It's Vannesia Darby here, and I'm back with another video. Thanks so much for clicking and tuning in. And yeah, let's get started today and what we're gonna talk about. If you have been following me on social media, you saw that I recently dropped my own hoodie merch, which is just my logo, my company logo, Moxie Nashville. I'm wearing it right now. This is the steel gray. But I recently did that, and it came really by accident. And this is what this video is gonna be all about, is not being afraid to try something new. Now, I have dropped merch with artists before. I've set up their own online stores. I have done social media campaigns or even pricing strategies for clients, but I have never delved into physical merch for my own business. And I didn't plan to. This was supposed to be a Christmas gift to my team, and I posted a picture on Facebook, and people started asking me, where can they get hoodies? How can they support? And all these questions. And I was like, no, I'm not really doing that, right? But people kept asking. And so I was like, you know what, Ness? That's what I call myself in my head. You know what, Ness? Go ahead and get into Shopify, because you've been wanting to get into physical merch. This may be your entryway. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I have been documenting the entire process, from product photography. I say that as extravagant, but it's really me and my camera. From product photography to setting up my Shopify store to shouting out T-shirt millionaires, who literally has a whole course on how to do all of this. And I actually bought the course just to see what it was about. It was like $37, I think. And let me tell you, he lays it out. Okay, so shout out to T-shirt millionaires and all the things in between. And so it has been super fun, and I did not expect to really get into it like this, but this is the whole point of my video. I know I set up a lot of backstory. It's to not be afraid to try something new. And here's 3 things that I learned in this process. It's still fresh. I'm still documenting. The hoodies are in production right now, so if you placed the order, you should have gotten an email about it, but it's still fresh. And I want to share this process because there may be people who want to get into starting something new, maybe starting their own podcast, starting their own YouTube channel, or whatever the case is. It doesn't have to be merch, but here's some things that you may want to keep in mind when you start something new. The very first thing is to not be married to the results. And I know that seems a little cliche because it's like, well, Vanessa, I can't afford to lose money. Look, if you can't afford to lose money on any new idea, I don't care if it's a new business or whatever the case is, there's a risk that comes when you start something new. So don't be afraid to potentially lose money. I don't think I'm making a significant profit off of these hoodies, because shipping's gonna eat you up, and because I wanted to keep the cost low, right? And so I was like, you know what, this is for friends and fam. The next launch, maybe I'll put the price a little higher, increase my margins a little bit, but I encourage you to do the math. If you're gonna sell hoodies or sell bracelets or sell waist beads or whatever you want to sell on a physical side, it's really a simple formula. You have to take all of your expenses that it takes to make or manufacture one of those things, and then you get your manufacturing costs, that's what we call those, and then you have your retail price, which is the price between how much it costs and how much you actually sell it for. That little piece in between is your profit margin, okay? So you want to see how much it actually takes to manufacture and even ship, calculate shipping in there too, manufacture and ship your physical product, and then what you're actually going to make from every single unit that you sell. And it's very, very simple. So once you actually set out all the costs, you can see if you're selling a hoodie for $20, but it costs you $32 to make it and ship it, you losing $12 on every hoodie that you sell. There are going to be unexpected expenses. There's going to be things you didn't take into account, like packaging or insert letters, printing things or tags that go into the actual merch that you may not have even thought about before. So don't be married to the results. Just get out there and try. And then when you do your next launch, you can correct all the things that you didn't do correct on the first time. The second thing I want to share with you is to do what I'm doing now. Document your process. Now, you don't necessarily have to share it on social media, but there's really power in going back and looking at what you were doing, the type of energy that you put into your project, how people reacted to it. I think part of the fun of doing these hoodies is the fact that people are literally going along this journey with me, and they're seeing me set up, the hoodies on my floor and take pictures, or, when things were on back order, or how I'm testing out gifts and email marketing. Like, the people are actually actually seeing me do this. And so it's very, very dope to go back and look at all the things that happen, because sometimes we forget, you know, we get caught up in the process of everything having to be a business, everything has to be profitable. And so documenting it helps you to see, hey, these are things that I actually like to do. Another thing documenting helps you do is to help you figure out what you don't like along the process. So when it came to the hoodies, I chose what hoodies that I wanted. I went to the printer and I was like, hey, I want these hoodies. I did the email marketing. I created all the assets. I did the reels. I did the photography. But when it came to shipping, I had to call in reinforcement. Now, my mom, who was a beast at laundry and loves folding clothes and everything, I called her. I was like, hey, Mom, I need your help figuring out how to package these hoodies. And she came over and we found out a way to package hoodies. We called my dad, who went to the post office with me to see what boxes we need to actually mail the hoodies out for the most cost-effective price. And so you may want to figure out what part of the process along the way that you don't like. You know, I like getting on camera. I like sharing what's going on in my business because it helps other people. And so I like that part. I don't care about what box we use. I just want it to look nice, right? So you want to see what part of the process do you not like, and you can really, really see that shine through when you document along the way. And documenting could just be having a journal. For me, video's a lot easier. You know, I take my cell phone everywhere with me, so video's a lot easier, but you want to figure out what's your best way to document your process. And then when you go back again to do your second or third launch, you can see what went well, what didn't go well, what didn't you like, what do you need to outsource, you know. And even now, like as I'm doing these hoodies, I'm like, okay, for the future, I'm probably gonna get into drop shipping and go through a different manufacturer and actually have them print on demand and not have me even do the actual legwork. But I wanted to see from the idea to the execution how all of these steps play out for me in my own business. Like I said, I've done it for other people and other clients, but for me, it was different. And so I've learned a lot along the way, and sharing it has been really, really amazing, because I'm able to look at things and see, like, you know what? I did that. Okay, that was me. And lastly is to enjoy what you are doing. I know, and I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, I know, you know, every creative idea is like, oh, this got to be a business. This got to be a business. And y'all, it really, really doesn't. Some things you may just want to do for fun. And that's why having a business or even having a job could be beneficial, because again, you're not married to the results because your bills are taken care of. I always tell people that it's very hard to be creative when you're worried about your bills, okay? That space in your mind where all the creativity flows, baby, when you ain't got no money, it's worried about the light bill, the water bill, the mortgage, the rent, whatever you pay. That's where all your creativity space is being taken up with. So it's hard to be creative when you have to worry about your bills. If you got to keep your job a little bit just so that you can sell your hoodies or sell your t-shirts, there's no shame in that, right? So make sure you are actually having fun. If you're starting a YouTube channel, don't worry about the subscribers. Actually get in there and hone your YouTube skills. If you're starting a podcast, don't worry about having the most high-tech microphone, although the Audio Technica is a good mic. If you don't worry about having the most high-tech gear, but just actually get out there and be consistent and start. And so again, it brings me back to the top of the video. Don't be afraid to try something new. I know I kind of laid everything out there because this video, it was planned, but it was a little impromptu because I want to bring this to you all as I'm going through it, right? I don't want you to think that everything that I do is manufactured and well put together. And no, like I have to get up and try and show up every single day. And so do you. So release your expectations, document your process, and have a good time along the way. That brings me to the end, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the post office to mail off my Christmas gifts and to check on your hoodie orders. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and remember to always speak life. Peace.